What happened? I've been wanting to make this video for months and months and almost a year. And in fact, right before the pandemic hit, had really cleared up and given myself tons of time and latitude to be able to make a ton of videos and really kind of make a push into this space a little bit more. And then in 2020, I ended up making about 5 videos. Now you may have noticed with this particular setup right now that this is the 3rd or 4th different angle or room or YouTube setup that I've had so far out of the 5 videos that I made in 2020. And that's kind of part of the problem. Not that the room or the studio or, you know, the location that I'm filming in is the issue. Like there's no issue with any of the spaces I've made videos in. It's that I am finding issues with something, be it I don't necessarily like the room, or in the case of this particular setup, I don't like the sound in here. It's very echoey. I'm actually shooting in a garage outside in the house so I could get a little bit more privacy to be able to do videos, but it's a big empty echoey garage. And so, you know, that's a reason that's held me back. Maybe I don't like the setup or the way that it looks or the lighting, or I don't like the contrast between my skin and the back wall, or, you know, maybe I need to get a haircut, which right now I need to cut my hair or shave or whatever the case may be. There's just seemingly always a reason that's come up as to why I can't go and make my next YouTube video. So ultimately, when you are in a place where you're making these types of excuses, these flimsy excuses that aren't real problems, and you're just creating more issues or finding more reasons why you can't make the next video, or in any other part of your life where you're feeling like you're making excuses that keep you from doing something that you want to do, or maybe you just think that you want to do, and you find all these reasons and all these excuses that are holding you back from doing it. And a lot of the times that's a pretty good indication that maybe you don't really want to do the thing that you're telling yourself that you want to do. I don't think that's necessarily the case for me, although I will say in 2020, I definitely lost a lot of passion for tech. And that's not to say that I don't love technology, that I don't still enjoy technology, but there were a lot of competing things for our mind space that happened in 2020. There were a lot of things to be easily distracted by in 2020. So that raises the big main question, which is that if 2 Minute Tech isn't really into tech, then what is this channel about? And I think the answer to that question is that I don't really know, which is probably why I haven't made many videos in the past year, even though I've had more time and more ability and more skill to do these videos than ever before. Instead of doing videos, I've just filled my time making excuses. So gradually over the past month or so, I've been trying to eliminate these excuses. I've been trying to identify them. I've been trying to overcome them. One of them being I felt like I needed to get out of the house and get a little bit more separation between me and the noise that was happening inside. So since I corrected one problem and created another problem, let's go ahead and try and solve the sound problem right now. We're gonna make a trip to the hardware store and see if we can knock out some of this noise. Never find those carts when you need them. So back from the hardware store and got some PVC piping here. I'm gonna try and build a little wall kind of sound blanket to help deaden some of the echoey sound in this garage. You probably hear it a little bit more because I'm on a different microphone that's a little bit farther away, but you know, I think what it boils down to is that Starting a YouTube channel is difficult. Getting going, getting started, making your first video, feeling like the content that you're making is going to be liked or viewed or even good is hard. So you always hear people say, you know, just get started, just get started. And one of the things that I did in the past year was I did create an Instagram account. We moved to a really nice area in northern Michigan called Traverse City, and my wife and I started an Instagram account, and I've been doing a lot more photography and been really enjoying that process. And I was telling my wife the other day that, you know, what was exciting about doing this photography was that I know that the pictures that I'm taking today are better than the ones that I took a month ago. And the pictures that I'm going to take a month from now, I'm going to look back at these pictures that I'm excited about and think that they're not nearly as good as the new ones are. So it always felt like there was a lot of growth, and it felt like there was a lot of progression. And I knew that, like, moving forward, my photography was improving on a daily basis. So if I feel that way about my photography, then what is it about doing YouTube videos now that makes me feel scared? Honestly, that's kind of what it boils down to. There's some fear there to where I'm either afraid of kind of disappointing myself to where I have a certain expectation of what I want my videos to be, or maybe I'm afraid or nervous to want to pivot and move away from tech videos, knowing that the vast majority of my audience that was built here was built watching tech videos. So either way, it's kind of a rock and a hard place where I know that the videos that I've done in the past are not the videos that I really want to continue to do, but there's a lot of fear and risk and worry involved with transitioning to a new type of video. So let's cut these down and let's build up this sound panel wall. So that's the build out on one of my sound blankets. So I've got one up here. I'm gonna try and fill one in over here, but you may or may not be able to tell. This is, since it's a black cloth background there, it's got a lot of negative fill. So I do feel definitely like it's a lot echoey with having this here. I did build that much significantly taller than I needed to. The reason why I did that is because I want to eventually be able to add kind of that backdrop roll paper from the top, and those come in usually about 107 inches wide. But right now, that's definitely making an impact in cutting down on the echo in the room, which is one of the problems that I wanted to solve. The other problem I need to solve is what to do with the channel. I mean, what do you guys think? Should I change the name of the channel from 2 Minute Tech to just being, you know, Aaron O'Malley and kind of go in my own direction? I'm sure I would still do some tech review things. I'm sure I would still do some videos, how-tos, things like that, because I still am interested in that space, but the interests have definitely shifted. So I don't know, let me know what you think I should do with the channel. What would you like to see on the channel in 2021? But ultimately, I'm going to try new things. I'm going to try things that I want to do. I'm going to try some things that challenge me. Like this video in particular, I've never done a blog or a vlog before, so when I edit this all up, it might be terrible, but ultimately, I just have to be not afraid of it being terrible. Just like with my photography for the Instagram channel, if it sucks, so be it. I know that the next one of these that I do is going to be that much better, just from the learning experience that I had shooting this one. Anyways, thanks guys for watching this video. Hopefully there's something in there that you can relate to, and if not, maybe hopefully you learned how to do a little bit of sound control in your room. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys.